Aside from endgame builds and synergies, our channel also gives you some builds that will make your life easier when it comes to farming, and today's video, I will share a Vault build that will both make you want and love to play Vault, and allow you to farm the stuff on Elite Sanctuary Onslaught a lot easier. So, let's cut any long introduction and begin this video. What I will be sharing in this video is a Discharge Vault build. It's a build where you can crowd control enemies, support teammates, and somehow nuke enemies on the Sanctuary Onslaught. Before we head to the mod section of this video, I would just like to discuss some important details about the Discharge ability first. The thing about Discharge is that it offers damage and stun capabilities. The damage is electric and can tick twice every second. Its damage is affected by ability strength while the duration of the stun is affected by power duration mods. Also, this ability has this feature called Tesla effect that spreads on nearby enemies. So, it's really perfect to use against crowd of enemies like what we have in Elite Sanctuary Onslaught. The rule is, the more enemies hit by this ability, the more effective Discharge will be. So this is my mod setup for a Discharge Vault. As you can see, I choose to have lots of range with the help of Stretch and Overextended. As I've said earlier, the more enemies that you hit with Discharge, the more effective the ability will be, which is why I choose to have lots of range. But, if you value damage and don't like the negative effect of Overextended, then you can just replace it with Augur Reach. The reach of this ability will drop from 47 meters to 35 meters when you do that, but the good side is, the ability will hit harder. I also have primed continuity not only to prolong the paralyzed duration, but also to give the ability more electric damage ticks per seconds. Basically, this build will give 7 seconds duration effect to Discharge, which converts to 14 electric damage ticks overall. And, I also have Transient Fortitude and Umbrella Intensify to give Discharge damage a boost. I have Streamline for efficiency and also, I have Corrosive Projection for the Aura slot which I will discuss later and Enemy Sense for the Excalibur mod slot which is by the way, a personal preference and you can replace it with any other Excalibur mods that you prefer. Lastly, I have the Capacitance Augment mod which is really good in both survivability and supporting your allies. What it does is give you and your allies shields, which is converted from 3% of the damage dealt by your Discharge abilities. To make this augment even worthwhile, I did add redirection to gain more shields. Now, this ability is super effective against machinery and robotics. That's why you see me nuking these corpus units with ease. However, it's not that good against infested and those enemies that have high level of alloy armors. It can deal good damage against infested, but the thing is, you will have some trouble with this ability when there are enemies like ancient healers in the area, as they tend to heal their allies and reduce the damage dealt by this ability. So, it's best to kill these units first before casting your Discharge ability. Same goes with enemies that has tons of armor. As we all know, electric damage is not that good against armored units and probably, it will be troublesome if we encounter Grineer faction on the Elite Sanctuary Onslaught. Most of the time, I can do 4 zone with my Discharge Vault build solo, but that totally depends on the faction you are facing. You'll progress pretty well when you have Corpus or Infested faction on the first few zone, but you will definitely have trouble when you face those heavily armored units. So that's why I suggest that you go with a team if you want to farm the Elite Sanctuary Onslaught with Vault. It will be much easier and a lot of fun this way. It's not actually required to have specific team composition, and in fact, you can go on public games with random teammates. But, if you are playing with your friends, or any organized group, I suggest all of you to equip Corrosive Projection so it would be much easier for Vault to nuke enemies in the Sanctuary Onslaught. If you can't, then I advise you to have Sarin in your team composition. Spores and Discharge works really well together. Sarin Spores will remove enemy armors while Vault's Discharge will do the finishing touches, not to mention that it can both stun enemies and support your allies. It would be an absolute nuke fest if you both have these frames in Sanctuary Onslaught, and it will be super easy to reach Zone 8 and rerun this mission again. So that's it. That's how I build my Discharge Vault for farming Elite Sanctuary Onslaught. I do hope that you will find this video informative, and if you do so, please do give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you want to see more Warframe videos from us. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.
what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side.